technically Mexican and 3/4 American, but for 3 generations he's got that nationality. Great-great-grandpa headed south, whose kids as kids then turned around. It's not what the show's about, but it's why he's Mexican technically. He helps that he was raised in New Mexico, lived in Guadalajara for 2 years, speaks fluent Spanish with a bachelor's degree in language, and makes a mean taquito.
What?
Riley's never seen the intro all the way through.
Hey everybody! Glad to shock you with that one. No, I just interviewed like a guy who a comic book creator too, and I didn't warn him about the intro either.
Oh my gosh, I was dying. I was
okay.
wondering why the channel was called Technically Mexican, and now I know.
Now you know. It's all. I always say it's explained in the theme song. People are like, "What?"
There's a theme song.
There's a theme song. Yeah, it's okay. It's not what the show's about. It's just why I'm technically Mexican. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
So
great.
good.
Yeah.
So great. So
These are my great friends, Blake and Raven Penn.
Hello.
I'm Blake. She's Raven.
Could have guessed, I guess.
And they wrote a book, and we're gonna talk about it. So thanks for joining us, anyone in the chat. I see Guy and the Angry Mexa. He's one of our regulars on our show. Little guy. Yeah, this is just going to be a chill stream where we talk about your book and talk about writing and stuff. And
awesome.
And it's an advertisement for your book. I want people to read it. So
I love
Sweet.
it. Thank you.
Awesome.
We're so excited.
Yeah. If anyone's watching, they have questions. Now's the time to shoot them in and then put them on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
So you guys wrote a book. Why?
The age-old question.
In the beginning, we were nerds, small children nerds, reading books up till 3 a.m. every night. And you know how, I don't know, maybe not a lot of kids feel this way, but I feel like a lot of us are like, someday I'm going to grow up and I'm going to write one. And so we did.
And more specifically, after we'd been married for a little bit, we were up till 3 a.m. again, talking about how much we wanted to write a book and how we'd both had that dream. So we were like, why don't we just write one together?
So we got out a bunch of pieces of paper and we brainstormed all of this fantasy stuff, this crazy magic system that we definitely had to fix to make it into the actual book that has been published.
And we had both studied playwriting at BYU. So we had a really solid foundation in writing and how to make good story, but we hadn't really done anything with novels. So we took the really cool stuff that we wanted to do and realized we were no-name authors who were going to be publishing our first thing and probably would make a couple mistakes along the way. So we should find something marketable to write about.
Dragons.
So we did dragons.
Also, who doesn't love dragons?
I don't know.
Look, there it is.
Everybody loves dragons.
Got a big dragon on it.
I had a physical copy of your book that I would be holding up now, but I gave it to my brother.
Nice.
I love that.
That's great.
That.
Also, because I can't physically read books anymore.
Dude, I've got to do audio every time.
So as soon as I bought your book and I started it 3 times, and I was maybe 4 chapters in a month, and then the audiobook dropped, and I was like, okay, I can finish this in a week now.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I have to have the audio. So when we launch our next book, we're going to launch the audio with it.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And that's soon, right?
It's very soon. So it's officially launching on the 3rd of October. So advanced copies are out and going out of the audio and of the physical book. So
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I would love to proofread your books, but I wouldn't be able to get it done. So don't send me don't add me as an alpha reader. I'm too
He's forgotten how to read.
Yeah, no, but we do have the audio version. This time we got it up in time for the arc too. Yeah. So yeah, we could do that if you're interested.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So we could probably post links to that in the comments of the video. And
that's ready now?
Yeah, it's ready.
You just gotta send it to me. I'll review it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But
these are the perks of being a YouTuber. You get
that's right.
Advanced copies of your friends' books.
That's right. But yeah. So I think that's the majority of why.
Yeah, that's the why we wrote all this stuff down, brainstormed it, changed, pivoted a little to do dragons because dragons are the coolest, and dragon bonds. Who doesn't want to like think about what it would be like to have a dragon pet friend? I don't know.
That's true. It's true.
So yeah, it says in the dedication of Dragon Thief that this book is for our family, but it's also for our teenage selves who would have totally loved it so much. Just staying up all night reading this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I gave it to my brother. I am the second oldest of 9. So
Nice.
I have teenage siblings still.
Love it.
He's actually trying to he's writing a book.
Nice. That's awesome.
And so I was like, this is perfect. This is right up his alley.
Perfect.
So I'll have to see if he's actually read it.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope.
Mm-hmm. 9. I did actually get a couple of my viewers to buy your book. So that's cool.
Yay!
Whoa.
Hero.
Nice. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. I guess that means you thought it was okay. That's good.
Yeah. Well, they actually because I had it for a month and I hadn't read it. Some of my viewers read it before I did.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yep, the ones who remember how to read instead of just listen.
I know it. Well, so I have. If you haven't heard my whole spiel, I have like very moderate dyslexia. Like it's. I'm very functional. I just read really, really slowly. And when I was a kid, I just loved stories so much that I would do it anyway. I was actually reading above my reading level.
Nice.
All throughout elementary and middle school. And then high school happened and they made me read gross books. And I was like, and
high school does.
Yeah.
I stopped reading. And throughout all of college, I never read a single book in high school and college. And then
they destroyed your love for reading.
Yeah. And then it was Brandon Sanderson. Someone forced me to read one of his books. And so I read most of his books physically. And then I discovered audiobooks. And like this year, I've read, gotta count them. I've read 36 books this year.
Nice,
whoa, dude! By August, that's impressive.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't remember all of the details about Dragon Thief because that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Dude,
that was 25 books ago.
Wow!
Whoa!
Wow!
Yeah, we should have done this.
If you guys would have come on my show earlier,
I know
it was.
I would have been able to have a more educated discussion. I remember the events of the book. I don't remember a lot of the characters' names.
It's all good.
You
just
might have to remind
describe them briefly and like at the
We
highest
remember
level
them
possible.
so
We'll know
well,
who.
So well.
Yeah, but on top of the dyslexia, like I just don't have time to sit down and read a book anymore. But if I have an audiobook, I can do chores, I can do the dishes, I can work on the car and still be reading. And it's like, I'm cheating. It's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
Audiobooks are great. And you guys, some random strangers, who I also know, narrated the book.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Here's the deal. We do have pen names, but it's okay. We're not hiding behind them.
Oh, you don't say Blake and Raven Penn is a pen name?
Whoa. You calling us out?
Yes.
It's true. We're not hiding behind it. It's just simply because we're Googleable in other ways and we didn't want to muddle it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
clean slate.
We figured if people were like Googling, because if we go with Riley or Brad Whitbeck, you end up like finding other things very quickly.
No,
and we didn't want to have to
Exactly.
like fight that to get our book to come up,
to
So-
fight your own digital footprint.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We are tough competition. Yes. So, yes, our dear friends ourselves recorded the audiobook in the closet.
Yeah. But we were voice actors before we were writers.
It's true.
Yeah.
We were more equipped to do that when we started this venture.
And it's really well done. The audiobook is fantastic. I liked it a lot. So, what did you guys do voice acting wise?
Boring stuff mostly.
Mostly commercial
Like
things.
we did an automotive manual for college.
I got lucky and I got to do a couple of things where I got to do multi voices. Those were really fun.
He's
Okay.
done cool things.
where
Right.
like there's a video out there at BYU still that was I'm voicing like 6 different characters, and the goal was to make it so that you couldn't tell. And
Oh,
so
okay.
they're like wildly different accents. It's really fun. But yeah,
That's fun.
it was crazy because the majority of stuff that we had done was stuff in the like 30-second to 2-minute range.
Mhm.
And now it's like, oh, we have to go for
It's
15 hours now.
long. And such a learning curve. Audiobooks are a beast. Editing those things, we'd never
Oh, yeah.
edited them before. There was so many YouTube how-to videos going on.
Mhm.
Well, you only have. Do you have 1 or 2 viewpoint characters? I can't remember.
So there's one main viewpoint character, but then it's like there are 3 alternative chapter point of views
Right.
throughout the book, and then a few fragments is what we call them from other characters'
Right.
perspectives.
The opening
So-
chapter is a different person. I remembered. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
what we
that
did
makes
was we
it a
had-
lot easier. to
It does
Yeah.
make it a lot easier. And what I love is actually he does the male voices and I do the female voices. So that actually like helps a ton. So you don't have to
Mhm.
like memorize a billion different voices. And I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of like hearing guys do girl voices and they're like, this is how all women sound.
This is how the Black Valkyrie sounds
You
now.
can't take that bad guy seriously. No. Yeah, it
Hey,
was fun.
as voice actors, you should be up to the challenge. I don't know.
I know. But it did cut the number of voices that we had to do
Yeah.
from 28 to 14 for both of us,
Oh yeah.
which
You
was
just
so
cut.
much easier.
More manageable. And then you factor in book 2, which has got a whole new set of characters almost. So.
Yeah, I saw that. It's not the main character of book 2 is someone completely different.
Yes.
Yeah.
So book 1 is Asher, and book 2
Yeah.
is someone new. But don't worry, Asher is not forgotten. He's not off.
Yes.
He's not gone.
That's exciting. That's not a choice that most first-time authors make.
It's dangerous. Literally, our editor, like after he finished reading book 2 and editing it, he's like, "This was the hugest risk ever," and we're like, "Uh oh." And he's like, "But I loved it."
It's like it's not that it's ever been done. I mean, like it's
Sure.
like Malazan and
Mhm.
but like it's ballsy to pull off your first try.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it
Oh,
goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll see how it goes now.
Yeah.
Like-
He's gonna next video like it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take back everything. You should not have taken that risk.
But yeah.
I really enjoyed the book. I think it's a really good like a light fantasy, like YA. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was kind of our goal, was to make it like epic and so fun, but so readable. So
Yeah.
like it's not like you get dragged up in all of this. I don't know. I love
It-
the epics for sure. But sometimes I'm like, just give me something where I feel like I'm reading a movie, you know?
That's exactly what it feels like. It's like a popcorn movie. It's very readable, digestible. Not that it's not like deep or anything. It's just that it's easy to consume.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what we felt like we could deliver on best with our first book, because that's also a style that's closest to like the screenwriting we were used to.
Screenplays, which is where we came from. Yeah.
Right. I always give, and it's for like if when a book is like geared towards YA or like children's or kids movies, I always like to give them like 2 ratings.
Uh-huh.
So like for example, like because it depends on what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Right, with what you're doing, and so that there are kids movies that are great kids movies and not great movies.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But then there's kid movies that are both, like the Lego movie. It's
Uh-huh.
it's like a 10 out of 10 for a kids movie, but it's also a good film
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
That's
it's
a
actually
genius
like
system.
it's actually layered and deep, and like the storytelling is ridiculously insanely complicated. And you're like, wow,
Uh-huh.
that's impressive. Or like the Puss in Boots Last Wish. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah. Unreasonably good.
Yeah.
I don't know. That movie has no right to be good. It's
That's a great system
it's
for
it's a
parents, for
spin-off.
sure.
It's like the 10th Shrek movie, and
It has no right. Nothing after 3 should ever be decent.
Yeah. But so to grade your book in front of you,
Oh,
I'd say
been waiting for this.
as a YA, I think it 100% accomplishes what it's trying to do, what it's trying to be. I think it's like a 9 out of 10.
Sick.
Thank you.
And as all of books go, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
Take that.
Sweet.
I like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
As
It's
far
not-
as all books. That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not like the most beautiful prose
Yes.
makes me cry,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a good book and it's a good read.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we don't start off with a poem about the 3 types of silence.
Oh,
You know,
gosh.
like we
I
don't go that far. Don't go that direction.
I hate that I still love those books so much,
They're good.
and there's
They have a place.
just release the 3rd book. It's not that I get it. We have no right to like demand things of an author, but
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, come on.
But if we could.
Come on, man.
For sure.
That's
No.
funny.
There's still, as much as I like don't want to like Patrick Rothfuss anymore, these books are still like the most beautiful things I've ever read.
They're so well done. You know,
So
they're awesome.
The first one's good.
anyway, the Skystone Chronicles.
Ooh, delicious.
It sounds very
Dude.
good.
Yeah, where it snows powdered sugar and
I think we do have scones in the second book.
We
actually.
do actually.
So-
We do. Yeah.
They don't come from the sky.
the Skystone Chronicles.
Yeah.
You have planned 4 books.
4 books.
Yeah.
Yep. That is correct. And yep, book 1 out, book 2 coming out in October, very beginning. Book 3, oh my goodness. We are in the doldrums, the dregs of writing up book 3 right now. It is crazy. It is crazy. But it's
And
fun.
is the plan to be to do 4 and the story's done, or
4 and this story is done. There's a possibility we'll think about continuing the world a little bit, but the story is done after 4.
Hmm. If we were smart, we would have ended it at 3.
We tried. The characters just had more to do when we outlined it. They were just like,
Yep.
Hmm.
I refuse to be wrapped up this quickly.
That's true.
yeah, that's the hardest part because I haven't really started writing. I plan on writing a book eventually.
Nice.
And when I start, I'm definitely going to call you guys up and we're going to chat.
Sick.
But right now it's basically just outlining, and I'm like, I don't know how many books this should be. Like, I don't even know. Like, I know what book 1's going to be, and I know that there's story afterwards. I don't even know how to plan for. Oh, it's going to be 6. It's going to be
Yeah.
maybe it's just 2. Like, I don't
Maybe.
I don't
be.
know how you plan out that kind of stuff.
Oh
Mhm.
man, that's the best part about having 2 of us is we have such different brains
Yep.
that like the stuff that I'm bad at, he is great at, and vice
Oh, that's
versa.
Hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are adorable. By the way,
Thank you.
I think it's very cute that you wrote a book together.
Cute. It is the cutest.
No, it's great that you have similar interests and definitely like my wife and I like a lot of the same things, but our shortcomings are almost none of them match up, and it's great.
Nice.
I'm very, very, very bad at a lot of things that she's wonderful at, and so I'm like, I never have to worry.
That's awesome.
That's great. I like power couples.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been fun. Writing a book has been both amazing for our marriage and very testing.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah. That was the
Yeah.
next question. Like how many fights have you guys gotten into?
I cannot
Ooh.
tell you how many.
At least
So many.
at least 2.
Oh, Brad.
Okay.
Oh, Brad. 2 per day, maybe. We've gotten a lot better. We've established
So,
a system. For
What
sure.
we figured out is when we first started off, there was more friction because we didn't know why we would cut each other's stuff, you know?
Mhm.
We would go through and Riley would have something written and I would just cut all of it and write like a wall of descriptive texts that she's like, what
And
have
like,
you
moron,
done?
that is unreadable. It's cool, but no one's gonna care.
And I'm like, yeah, but the thing you wrote didn't make any sense with
Didn't
like
make sense, but
the
you liked
overall
reading
story.
it.
And so it's been really fun realizing what we're both good at and then editing for that as we co-write.
Oh, that's cool.
I will be like, okay, what was important to you about the thing you just wrote? Awesome. Now I know, and I need to make sure that stays as I go through and write more. And then she'll do the same with
Yeah.
me.
And what's been great recently, especially as we're writing book 3, now that we kind of have our system down, is like I'll be able to like do a pass on a chapter, but I'll be able to leave like big gaps of Brad would be better at writing this part.
Finish it for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll just put like a few notes and I'm like, this is what this needs. This is what the vibe it needs. Now make it make sense somehow. And he
Oh,
does.
Yep.
no, that sounds great.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Like, and if I ever hit a point where I'm writing and I'm like, I don't know what should happen here, I'll just bam, a bunch of pluses. Riley, fix this.
Plus,
Okay.
Riley, make this character driven instead of just a bunch of world.
Yes.
So what do you do when Brad wants to kill someone off and it's Riley's favorite character?
This is the funny part. We're quite in agreement on most things, but there are a couple of characters that he is wicked protective over, and there's a couple that I'm very protective over.
That's true.
So I have to be so careful when I'm writing. If you've read the book, or when you get to L, I have to be so careful when I write L, because Brad has a very special place in his heart, and he's like, don't mess her up.
And Riley is the same way with Jax,
It's true.
where
Oh,
she
yeah,
will
okay.
be like, okay, no, he needs to be written this way, and we have to fix it and make it work. But I think what's cool, what has been really interesting, Alan, to answer the question about what do we
Killing
do
people?
when someone needs to die, right?
Yeah.
I think we have both gotten really good at killing our darlings through the
Okay.
process of writing together in a way that we've been able to tell, like, oh, hey, yeah, oh no, the story definitely will be best served by this person dying here. Like, we literally had to
It's
do that
true.
at one point, and we're like, yep, they've got to
It's
die.
true. And then we've destroyed a lot of writing in the name of story, for sure. Like there is literally probably 100,000 pages of cut stuff in a big couple documents that we have. So the story is king, and if we can convince each other of this person must die, then there it goes. There you go. They're gone. But it's like it's happy YA. It's not Game of Thrones here. We're not just gonna murder for the sake of shock, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. I just had a similar experience. I mean, not that I've written a book or
You've been
anything.
murdering people?
No. I saw we were in the alleyway and I just saw him looking up into my eyes and I just knew
Oh my gosh.
It felt right.
For the
this
story.
man needs to die today.
And he didn't even have to convince his co-writer. He just goes for it.
No, I just finished reading the Lightbringer series.
Yeah.
And like now that I know that I am going to write a book eventually, like it's it's not what I'm focused on right now. I'm focused on my music album. And once that's over, I'm like, okay, I'll get serious about actually writing a book.
Uh-huh.
But for the last like couple of years, as I'm reading, I like keep picking out things like, this is, I think about books differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I pick out things that I want to emulate or things that I don't want to emulate in books.
Yes.
But have you guys read the Lightbringer series, Brent Weeks?
Not yet.
Okay, I won't not to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But from the first book, there was a character that I attached that I really liked, and I knew he was going to die,
Uh-huh.
and I knew it was going to be in the last book.
No.
Like from his introduction, I was like, I know it. Like, there's no way that this character lives throughout the series.
Yeah.
And then throughout the book, I was like, don't get attached. Don't get attached. It's my favorite character, right? Of course it is. And then in book 5, as it's happening, like even before it, I was like, I saw the setups and I was like, I wasn't even upset because I knew that I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
And see, that actually is the thing that works really well for Riley and I, is like, look, if they have to die, we have to earn that death.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
and make it so that it's like really satisfying for us as authors, which I think will make it really satisfying for readers.
Yeah, it's like it's got to be more. It has to mean something and not just be like a Walking Dead episode where
Yes.
you get a character who dies, and so in that episode they give you all of that, their flashbacks, so that you'll feel something when it happens. You're like, I don't even know who this person is.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Stop
This is the first time we've
manipulating
met this character this episode, and
The music is telling me I need to be sad.
yeah, no, but when like the story tells you, it's like.
Yes. Serve
cool.
the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very upset, but like I'm like,
But
this
satisfied.
guy's gotta die.
Yeah,
Gotta die.
There you go.
So
that's awesome. We'll have to read the Lightbringer series. then.
Yeah.
oh, I loved it. It was great.
We'll be
Dragon
making
Thief.
guesses on who your favorite character who dies is.
It's not hard to guess. I have a type.
Nice.
What is your favorite character in Dragon Thief? If you remember. It's okay if you don't.
You can describe them.
Jax.
Jax! Yes! I love Jax.
Jax is pretty great. So
Oh, good. I'm glad you like Jax.
He's so interesting. He's so interesting.
I-
And I
it's-
love
It's a fun one.
how Asher
Yeah.
feels about him is so fun.
yeah, that was I have a comment actually. So out of the very few notes I had, there was one point in your book where I was upset.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What did you do?
This isn't spoilery. Okay.
Yeah.
It's when but before to even talk about it, I really liked how you had magic intercoms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The magic
it's-
comms.
If you haven't read it, it's basically the Avengers, how everyone can just talk to each other, and like characters who are like across the planet who have never met and will just start fighting together, and then they're talking to each other in the middle of a battle, and you're like, let's just gloss right on over this, you know.
Let's get over the logistics here. Sure, you can talk to each other.
No, but you guys created like it's like I can't remember what your explanation was because it's been so long, but it's like a magic spell. Oh, hey, we've got the team can talk to each other.
That's right.
Yeah,
One of
right.
our beta readers actually was like, "Oh my gosh, you figured out how to do
No, it's-
comms with
It's
magic."
cool. It's cool. What is a spell, or did they like pass something
It's
out?
a
I can't
mind
remember.
link. It's called a mind
Yeah,
link.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's the
And it's done through a gecko.
Mirroring
Yes.
the geckos so that you have enough that are physically touching
It's a
the people.
magical mind reader gecko. It's
yeah.
great.
No, it was great. Okay, I loved that. I thought that was a very what's the right word for it? It was
I'm excited to hear.
Mm-hmm.
it was very clever and also like frustrating. Like, oh, like I know what you're doing. Okay. Like
Oh my gosh. Well, just
But,
wait till y'all get to the laser.
yeah,
hole.
it's like, you know, it's when your kid like starts talking back to you, but he does it intelligently, and so you're proud, but also like mad at the same
I
time.
love it. That's hilarious. That's the best reaction I could have hoped for.
Yes, for real.
So I liked it.
Awesome.
It made me angry, and I liked it.
Despite the infuriating nature of it.
That's awesome.
But I remember there was a specific moment where the main character gets like separated from the group, and he can't talk to him anymore. And then in the heat of the battle, they like toss him his gecko, and then or I think everyone like thinks he's dead, or they don't even know if he's alive, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then he gets on the intercom system, and all he says is
A
"Hey
mind
guys,"
link.
and all he says is "Hey guys." Okay, and in that moment I was like, these writers are so stupid. I know their character better than they do. Because Asher
Whoa.
100% in character would have taken the opportunity to make a quip, and it should have been he should have said, Jax, you came to rescue me. You do care.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You're
That's
right.
true. Yeah.
I am a better writer than you.
Good.
That's
That is hilarious.
Mhm.
I'm just because his character is like he's constantly throwing quips, and he said
Yeah.
it was Jax that came to save him, and they were always butting heads.
That's
I
true.
don't know why you didn't use the opportunity
Hey, we still have time to make that edit.
No, the book is
Credit
published.
Alan Bentley.
The book is published. Here's the deal. I'm going to take that as a compliment and a critique. Critique for sure, but compliment because it means Asher was a good enough character that you know his voice.
I did.
Yeah.
To make the connection. You're right, though. He probably.
It's not that what he said was wrong. It's just
Sure.
it wasn't right.
It wasn't as Asher as it could have been. Sure,
Mhm.
sure.
Right.
Maybe he was really tired. He just been through a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe all he could manage was a hey guys.
Let's see how you quip after you've been tied up with Silver.
Okay. All right.
I'm just kidding.
Let's do it. Let's go
No,
on an
it's a really good
adventure.
book.
Let's get separated. I'll get kidnapped, and I'll come up with a better zinger than you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
no big deal.
Anyway, other things that's the only thing I wrote down was like, I wish that was
I
That's
love
true.
would have been so much better.
Oh, it would have been really good.
It would have.
Now I want to go put it in.
Rad. It's published.
Um,
Stop me.
I think it was just because like I can't remember, but wasn't it like Jax that like makes the decision to like, hey, we should actually do this to go save him? I can't remember.
I don't think
It's been too long. I should have reread it.
Oh, it's okay.
No, we should have not moved last month.
I
and
know.
put this
Yeah,
off.
we should have just done the interview earlier.
Been busy writing more books. Goodness
Well,
gracious.
anyway.
No. Okay, but a couple things that stood out to me that I thought were very clever. I like fantasy swear words. I love it when Brandon Sanderson does it, and
Mhm.
and he's always he comes up with the best ones. And I thought your Soot was just a really good, like on par with Sanderson.
Thank you.
That's all we ever wanted to hear.
That's the best thing. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna extract from this and put on our book is on par with Sanderson.
We'll just cut
Leave out
out
the part
rest.
about the.
Well, I mean, Sanderson stole it from Robert Jordan, right? As well.
Oh yeah. There you go.
But he just puts in every book. He always has a special swear word.
Yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, no, I thought Soot was very clever. I mean, it's dragon themed and it's good. And I also it made me smile every time you guys did like when you put dragon into words where it didn't belong.
Dragonify this whole land.
Yeah, like
Dracoons.
Drakila made me laugh.
Yeah.
Made me laugh out loud audibly. I was like, okay, this is the stupidest thing, and I love it.
Yes.
I love the way you use stupid as a compliment.
Yes.
It's great.
Oh, it's very.
That is the vibe.
That is 100% the Dragon Thief vibe for sure.
Uh-huh.
It's like, no, you come on, guys.
We really wanted to like set your suspension of disbelief in the right spot, so we needed that there soon. You know.
Yeah. No, it's good. No, it 100% is in character for the universe. Like it didn't pull me out, but I was like, oh, that's really clever. It's really funny. Drakila. And I like Spydra as well, which is a Hydra spider.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a multi-headed dragon.
A
spider.
multi-headed spider. I was like, that's weird,
Yeah.
but I like it. I liked that there were
Do we have?
just
We don't have a
silly
picture of a
little
Hydra, no.
combinations of things.
Yeah. We've
Yeah.
got like
No pictures of
I think a
spiders.
picture of a Dracolope
We have a Dracoon also, yeah.
Oh yeah.
right there in the guide that Riley
The
illustrated in the
guides,
back
tab
of the book.
guide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed Riley did all the covers, right?
Yeah.
I did. We were too broke to pay for a cover artist, so I'm like, I guess I have to learn how to make covers now.
Well-
They're very good.
Thank
Both
you.
And she also is leaving out the fact that she is like a professional children's book illustrator.
Yeah, children's book though. It's a different genre.
I know. We had to finagle it. We had to do some adjusting.
There's so much fine tuning. Oh my goodness, we got some ugly versions. that
We
came
had like
before.
4 different options. And then we landed on this because when we took this one to the
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
primary kids, was it?
I taught 7-year-olds in Sunday school, and I
Uh-huh.
showed them the 4 different versions, like one by one. And as soon as we got
You
to the
should
one
just
that
have a
turned into
focus
this,
group
they were
ready.
like, that one, and I'm like, well, the 7-year-olds have spoken.
Yes, the ward focus group of 7-year-olds.
You do what you can.
No, I think it was a very good choice. It's simple.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times covers just get too complicated, especially like indie author stuff,
Yeah.
or it's too like juvenile.
Yeah, homemade
Like-
looking. Yeah.
Yeah, like or just having like the guy standing with his back to the or in front
Which
of
is like 80% of them.
That's true.
No,
And
no,
it's
like I feel like what you guys landed on, it's very unique, but it's also simplistic but like this, it looks really cool with like the silhouette, but also you get a little bit of landscape and then like a little glimpse of a character. Like it's
Yeah.
awesome.
and it's the silhouette's in the shape of a dragon or the cutout, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It looks very
thing,
nice.
The thing, whatever it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
The covers look very professional. I was
Thank you.
Oh, and check this out. This is a fun tidbit right here. See that meteor that's falling?
The
Yeah.
Skyfall.
The skyfall. In each successive
Does
book,
it get
it
it
gets
lower?
lower down the
Goes
spine
lower.
until it
It's coming,
impacts on
it's
book 4,
coming.
Okay.
which will be
That's
fun. Oh,
clever.
we should show him the hardcover.
Yeah.
Check this out. Riley
You
did
have
something
hardcover,
really
yeah.
cool with the
There's the
hardcover.
hardcover. So the hardcover jacket is the same, but
Yeah.
then you open it up and it's special.
Oh man, that looks nice.
Yep. Classy, cool. And then on the back, it's got some Evgardian writing and the Magi symbols. Yeah.
That's really cool.
We had fun.
It was a blast to make.
Oh, I remembered another thing. A complaint. I remembered another complaint. Because at the beginning of the book you have like a bunch of charts and like some info, like world building dumps.
Yes.
It doesn't come up organically in the book. It's just like world building stuff. It's
Yeah.
Sanders, it's Brandon Sanderson stuff.
Yeah.
They were very cool and they were way too small.
Oh, when did you get the book?
We did fix that. In the
I got it when it
everyone
came
got
out.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
who got it,
You're
that first
totally right.
batch,
You're totally right.
It was.
got a lot
I was
of
like,
people.
these are beautiful, and I can't.
you can't read
I
them.
can't read them.
Sure.
Alan, we should
That
give
is
you
so
a
valid.
hardcover.
We should give you a good one because we did fix that.
We made it significantly bigger.
Significantly bigger. We
And
made it a
That's much
font
better.
instead, so
That's
it's a
so much
lot
better.
more readable.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
because you're right.
you
You're
are
so
100%
right,
correct.
we
And
know.
the font was too small.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way too
So
small.
we fixed that as well.
It was like
Um,
but these drawings are so well done. I'm like, I can't see them.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, they're really huge in the
See,
hardcover.
I should have been a beta reader, guys.
I know.
know.
Yeah.
Dude, we've got you the arc sent your way. We should probably get you now that we know he can find the Asher Crypts when we need them. Book 3, let's get you on as a
I know.
beta.
I'd love you to beta book 3.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
I'm also personally offended. There were, every book's got blurbs, and you didn't come to me to ask for a blurb.
Oh.
Okay. So I took the liberty of writing a couple for you.
Oh yeah.
Are you a blurber? Are you a blurb?
You do
person?
Here's one for me. I've got a book in every sense of the word. Hey,
It's accurate.
What?
hey, Mark Clark. Thanks for joining the stream. Mark read your book.
Oh sweet.
Yay, Mark! Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
I love it.
I also tried reading it to Elliot,
Oh,
who's 7 years old.
okay.
it's-
Bold.
He's a little too young.
Oh, so close. He's
But we
gonna
read the
love
first
this
chapter
movie.
together, and he wrote a blurb, and
Oh.
Let's see.
he said it got kind of boring at the end.
Oh, at the end of what? The first chapter? Come on.
Yeah. 7 is maybe slightly younger than we were aiming for when we wrote the book, you know?
Well, fine. I'm gonna just walk out now.
Well, I didn't know I hadn't read it yet, so I was like, "Hey, let's start reading it." I was like,
No.
this
What you need
This
to
is
do,
a little bit too much for a 7-year-old.
No, where you start with the 7-year-old is in this part,
Oh,
With-
true. The 7-year-old's like one page.
the
we've learned.
sand sharks.
They love the sand
Yeah,
shark.
The sand shark
7-year-old.
that was a fun chapter.
Start at that fantasy Sharknado with the 7-year-old.
Our little girls'
That'll be
little
sold.
neighbor friends all flocked around because they all wanted their own book so they could look at the sand shark.
Mhm.
It was the
Um,
neighborhood gossip among the children.
Mhm.
I also got a couple blurbs from your parents, actually.
What?
Riley's dad said, "Oh, you guys are serious about this whole book thing?"
You know,
And
that
then-
would probably be true.
And then Brad, your mom said, "Why couldn't you just be a doctor like your brother?"
That's
So
pretty close.
Feel free to print those on book
Close.
2.
Yeah, we'll have to have you do the.
Now that
blurbs for books,
now that I
too.
know how amazing your blurbs are, it's like, wow, we missed out.
No, actually, I kind of do want to do that. You know, like
It's a book.
kind of did.
Fake
If you
blurbs.
look at our Amazon page for the book,
Oh yeah.
what did we have? We have like a review that's actually really positive, but then it's some guy named Ed is like the
Hey,
person who left
Ed loved it. Ed thought the book was great, and I love Ed.
it. Ed loved it. And it was awesome. But yeah, I think it's fun. We could try marketing with one of those and see what happens.
It's a book in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word.
Okay.
It'll
I
drive
love-
engagement.
It's a vibe.
I was proud of that one.
That's great.
Yeah, you guys mentioned the sharks, and that it reminded me of another thing to say about your book. The pacing of the book, it's very fast.
Mhm.
There's a lot of action and very little downtime. Like you get a little bit. I thought that was impressive too. And it's hard to pull off without just being like, okay, just another fight scene, right?
Yeah.
But I thought it was done very well and balanced very well in that, okay, we get a little bit of character development, and it's often interrupted by fights, but I don't know if any of it felt like unnecessary, like the fight scenes served the story.
Yeah.
There may have been one where I was like, I don't know why this is necessary, but it was still a fun fight scene, and so it was like, oh, okay.
Sure.
But I think the ones that stood out to me, I really liked. It was after the sand sharks. What was it? It was like a pit or something with like things coming out of it.
At Ghost Lake?
Maybe.
With
Was
the
when they were
bridge?
still in the desert.
Oh, with the Drecklings.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mud pits. Yes,
Yeah,
the mud
right
pits.
after.
Yeah, the drag
Oh, just
thing.
before the sand
That-
sharks.
yeah.
It was before. Okay,
It was before.
it's been
because
way too long. I
No,
thought
you're totally
Okay.
good. You're totally good.
I thought that
They both are in the desert.
it's true.
You got it.
Yes. I thought that scene was very, very well done, especially because like characters were separated too, right? And they
Yeah.
had, like they met up and like that was a good moment. That was written really well.
I love
Awesome.
that. Thank you. People talk about the bridge a lot, but not the mud pits. The mud pits are great.
The mud
The
pits
bridge
were
fight
awesome.
scene is also good, but
Thanks.
I like the mud pit.
I'm glad you like the mud pit. I like
Yeah.
the mud pit too.
There's our
You don't
Alan
see a
Bentley
lot of
quote.
mud pits.
I liked the mud pit.
I like the mud pit. It's I'm a sucker for like the moment of I don't have to do this, but I'm gonna do it because I'm a hero, right?
Uh-huh.
And I believe there's a moment in there because like he's going in to save someone. You're like, yeah, I can do it. You know?
Yeah, sure. Be a
It's
protagonist.
My favorite moment for Lord of the Rings. I don't cry during the ending of the third movie. I cry at the ending of the first movie because it's when the characters make the choice to give up everything. Like once they're already committed, okay, yeah, you get catharsis when it's over, but it's the choice of making that heroic choice to just give up your whole life to a cause. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Like it's when and it's my favorite moment, and it's not even from the books. It's when Frodo is running away and he sees Merry and Pippin, and they're like, come, like hide, you can hide with us. And then they realize, no, he's not going, and so they get up and become a disgrace. It's like, that's good.
You're so good.
He's not coming with us. What do you mean? What do you?
I
He just
love
shakes his head. Oh.
Making me tear up just talking about it. It's
I know, dude. I can't watch the first movie without crying.
Uh-huh.
I've made it. I obviously I cried during the third movie as well, but I've made it through a couple times without crying. I cannot watch the first movie without crying, bawling my eyes out.
those hobbits.
The worst moment. It's Aragorn. I would have gone with you the whole way, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm saying it wrong. I can't even remember the quote. It's the. Yeah, you know.
No,
you
we get what you're saying. Yeah.
When he has to say goodbye. Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Lord of the Rings.
Anyway,
So good.
Mm-hmm.
so that's why that fight scene was better, because it was him making one of those choices.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Clark says his one issue is that he didn't realize the girl was a princess.
Which
Yes.
girl?
What?
I don't know which
Say.
girl.
I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. Sorry, Mark. What?
Yeah. Spoiler.
Yeah, it's probably a spoiler. Or we can get into spoilers.
Oh, is that he didn't realize? He thinks Asher should have gotten it.
Oh.
Which, to be fair, he maybe should have.
No, he shouldn't have, obviously, because Asher hates nobility so much that he doesn't want someone that he likes to be a noble. So he mentally cannot comprehend that initially. So
we're definitely have to go into spoilers because you're gonna have to remind me. I don't even. Is this the one that spoilers?
spoilers,
that-
Spoiler
plug your ears,
alerts.
plug your ears.
This is the one that turns out to be the bad guy. Is that
No,
what we're
No,
talking
no,
about?
no,
No.
the other girl.
no, the other
The-
girl. So the girl he works with in the dragon stables, the one who saves him from the dragon storm sea. They work together scooping dragon dung.
And sing together.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
Dragon dung.
No, Mark is
Right,
totally
right.
right. It's very obvious.
She
to
was
the
like
reader.
she was one of the guards or whatever.
She was the head dragon keeper's assistant.
Oh, okay. That was near the beginning, wasn't it? No.
No.
Just
No.
about halfway through.
Why
Mid-ish.
I can't remember why he was pretending to be a guard.
Him and
They
Jax
were
got
that
in
was a
street
heist, right?
brawl. Him and Jax got in a street brawl, and so Solrak uses it to their advantage because they get
Got it.
conscripted into the guard
Got
because
it.
of their
Right.
brawl. And so
Right.
Solrak's like, we can use these. This is the greatest thing that could have possibly happened.
Yes, I remember. Okay. What were they trying to take from the city?
Just trying to
The-
steal a
the true dragon egg.
The dragon egg. Right. Oh, okay. No, that's near the end. Oh, okay. I forgot about that arc entirely.
All is well.
Because it's been
all is
so
well.
long.
No, it's all good.
Now you get to
No
enjoy
worries.
it again someday. That's the
No,
best part.
I
already
remember it.
know what
I
happened.
remember it now.
hmm
Right. Yeah, because then he just shows up to the party and he's like, "Oh, she's a princess." Yeah, he was kind of dumb.
Excuse
But
me.
I mean, Asher is kind of dumb, so like that's okay.
Exactly.
He's a 17-year-old kid with ADD who hates
The
nobility. Come
The
on.
one he liked.
Give
The
him a
one he
break.
liked. That's not the bad one.
I love it.
The most spoilery comment there is.
Yeah. Oh, I had a question, and which maybe you can't answer because spoilers
Maybe.
for books to come.
Mm.
But I can't. What's her name? What's the
Black Valkyrie?
okay? But
That
what's
who you
her
go-
other name?
Vidya.
Vidya. Right. So she's working for the good guys, and through the whole story, like she's the one that's ratting him out. Right. That's how they're constantly finding who they are because they know where they are because she's with them, pretending to be one of them. But at the very beginning, before Asher joins the group of thieves, he's just hanging out with his friend and his friend's sister, who I don't remember their names at all.
Kai and Kari.
Kai and Kari. Got it. Kai's the inventor. Keeps
Kari's the
inventing.
inventor.
Kari's the inventor. Kai's the
nerd.
girl. Okay.
Kai's the boy.
Oh my gosh. The girl's the inventor? I thought
Girl's
the boy
the
was.
inventor. The boy is the one who has the gecko who runs the mind link.
Okay.
He's an inventor in his own way.
Yeah, I thought he's also an inventor, isn't he?
No, he's a magic and dragons nerd. He's not an inventor. She's the inventor. Her chapter's called The Inventor.
Okay, audiobook. You don't see the
You
chapter
don't see
name.
chapter titles. That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
I said it. I said
Okay.
it.
I could have sworn he was the inventor. All right. Right. So they have like a secret lair where they have all their money and gear and stuff, and that gets broken into by the Black Valkyrie.
hmm
But there's no explanation as to how she found them.
So the explanation is in the shirt from the prison cell that he was in. Do you remember that? It's a super small
It's
detail.
briefly
And it's
mentioned.
also magic that they haven't like interacted with yet.
Okay.
And so that one, yeah, was magic they hadn't interacted with yet. Did we cut a line in a draft that explained that? Because maybe we explained it once and then we cut the line.
I think
from
we.
a dragon.
I just remember thinking when they do the reveal, oh, she was the Black Valkyrie, and they're like, oh, that's how you always knew where we were. And I was like, yeah, but what about that one time before they even knew her?
That one was the shirt. Yeah, we might not have explained it as well as we could have.
Yeah.
Okay, your book sucks.
Whoa.
Dang it.
That was
You
it.
could have explained it better.
That's
was a
the
straw.
blurb that we need to put now.
A shirt.
Yeah, I felt like and that was the one part, the one point where I was like, well, retroactively, I was like, that doesn't. I was hoping they would have explained how they were discovered, and I felt like, and when they did explain it, I was like, well, that doesn't explain this, and I thought that was grouped in with the explanation, and I was like, is that a plot hole, or is that just something that I missed, or was it just not explained well? So what? So it was a shirt, like it's like a tracking system, or
So in the magic systems of the book, they're able to track certain objects, right? And so since he had that,
it left an ethereal signature they could track him with.
right?
Yeah,
And I guess he was a hot target because he got caught trying to steal something at the beginning of that book. Well,
He sure did. He sure did.
What was he stealing? Was it another egg?
Yeah, it was a bunch of different dragon eggs, but not a true dragon
But Asher
egg.
thought it was Skystone, so to be fair, it's a little bit.
Okay,
It is a
He was
confusing.
going to steal Skystone. It turned out to be an egg, and then right. So he lets his friend get away, and he gets captured, and so he was a hot target. So they put a tracker on him. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Magic tracker, yeah.
Probably could have been explained a little bit better. That's all I'm saying.
It could.
that's true.
It could have.
I'm taking notes of edits to go make before Riley can stop me.
Bradley, you can't edit. No.
It's already published.
Shh!
What are you gonna do?
Don't tell
You
them
could
that.
put in a moment where he's talking with her, like, wait a minute, how did you know where I was? Oh, because I put a tracker, or where he discovers it.
Yeah.
Oh, because she has this kind of magic. That's how she found our lair. I don't think anyone probably cares about.
Oh no, I totally care about this kind of stuff.
This is Brad's
And
favorite thing.
like
so we
I
have
know
him to blame.
it was super well justified in one draft of the book, but I think I remember having something in there addressing that really specifically, but I think that we ended up cutting it because it wasn't like as character driven.
Every
Right.
time something
It's-
goes wrong, Brad says, "Well, I had that in an old draft."
And Riley cut it.
And you cut it.
I guess
As-
It's also not like it's also not
Glad you know.
game breaking either though. Like there's obviously a multitude of ways they could have found where they were. It's
Sure.
just
Sure.
when
When we explain
something that
everything else,
pivotal
sure,
happens
might
in
as well.
someone's life, right? Like at that point it was pretty shattering. Like it would have been nice to have a little bit.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Anyway,
Sure.
I like the book. It's really good.
Thank you. Spoilers over. Unplug your ears.
Spoilers,
Yeah. Spoilers are done for now.
Well,
Yikes.
Who knows? Who knows what the next question will hold?
yeah. Well, those are all the questions that I had written down.
Nice,
Oh,
nice,
sweet.
nice.
But Mark Clark wants to know if you already have fleshed out or the next books. And I saw on your Facebook page you have a Brandon Sanderson tracker.
We do.
Yeah.
We love that man.
Yes. He's a boss.
Yes, we've got a little tracker. So book 1, totally done. Book 2, all done, coming out October 3rd. Book 3, totally outlined and re-outlined and re-outlined. And we're in the middle of writing the 4th draft of that. So it is very, very close-ish. And then book 4 is just sketched out, just outlined. So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
There we go.
And so when you say the difference between fleshed out versus just sketched out, I would say book 3 is very, very much fleshed out because we have all of the scenes blocked out and we're in the process of writing it. Book 4, where you see that little percentage, it's probably more on the side of sketched out because we know where things are going, but
you know where it starts and you know where it ends.
You
Right?
know, well, almost. We actually have 3 different endings.
Yeah.
Because the characters have to choose a few more things that we have to let them decide.
Right.
Yeah. And we've purposely made it so that we can't know what those are until the characters make the decisions.
It's true.
So that we don't get committed to one and start writing it too hard that direction.
Yes. Although there's a little bit of that. Like as characters make decisions as we go every single day of writing, it gets closer to cutting. I think we're gonna cut timeline 3. I feel confident cutting timeline
We're
3.
pretty close to cutting timeline 3. Timeline 1 and 2
Timeline 1
are
and 2
still
are
neck and neck.
competing. I favor 1, admittedly.
Yes. Only because I keep on pointing out cool things about it, and I should
know.
stop
I
because
know.
I like the other timeline.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
Oh man.
We'll see. We'll see who wins.
See who lives and
The
dies.
story will win. The story
true.
will win.
So okay. So you are, it sounds like it's kind of a mix. Like like the basic beats, but you're also writing in discovery mode where you're letting these characters make choices.
They get to make
that
choices
feel
for
in
sure.
character.
We
and
have
that
the
affects
overalls
story.
for sure nailed down. We have every scene like blocked out. But for example, Asher the other night, I get up at 5:30 to write every morning before the kids wake up. And so I got up, I sat down to write the scene that I had blocked out beautifully. And then in my brain, Asher was like, actually though, what if we did this instead? And I'm like, bro, I have outlined this. It's ready to go. Let me just do it. And he's like, no. I have a better idea. And he was right. It was a better idea. So Asher won, and we had to tweak a few other chapters following that. But it was for the best.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the healthiest way to write. I forget what are they called? Like the styles.
Architects or gardeners?
Yes.
That's one way, yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's the way I like. The other one's planners or pantsers.
Yeah, I like pantsers.
Pantsers sounds
weird.
insulting, but
I'm not pantsing anybody.
yeah,
Architects or gardeners, right?
yeah,
There we go.
Like I think that most good stories have to be a mix,
They do.
Yeah,
right? I mean, occasionally you're going to get someone who is just so brilliant that they can be an architect, right? But
Or
then
like full architect.
but it frequently causes stupid stuff to happen, like
Yeah.
freaking How I Met Your Mother.
Does it? I don't remember. I've seen it so long
Well,
ago.
so
It is the
the
worst
ending.
ending to
Yeah.
any series I've ever seen.
Oh,
But
no.
I understand how when writing season 1, it was the perfect ending.
Interesting.
Mhm.
And they were just
Right?
too married to
The
their
characters
outline.
If
grew out of
all
it.
you watch is season 1 and then you just jump to that ending, you're like, yeah, that's a brilliant ending. And so they had it planned from season 1, except that their characters grew throughout
Yeah.
like the 20, 21 seasons or whatever it was.
yeah, whatever,
then
crazy
Yeah.
number.
The ending just makes absolutely no sense. It destroys all of the characters, and you're like, but what was all of this for then?
All of the growth gone. What was it for?
Aw.
Money.
Ooh.
They liked the money.
Interesting.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
done.
can do it, I guess.
Shouldn't have ended up with
Then you
Robin.
get called the
Done.
worst ending to all of television history.
It's pretty. I think.
Game
I,
of Thrones might be worse.
okay. It's a different genre, right? But
Yeah.
it's up there. I think before Game of Thrones, it's like universally like
Yeah, no, I
No
no
totally
one
agree.
liked the ending.
Mhm.
That's funny.
Game of Thrones ending sucks for different reasons.
Yes.
They just gave up.
Yep.
And because they were so popular and they had a bunch of movie deals and they wanted to be done, and so they stopped caring, and then they
They're
lost
so
all those movie deals because it sucked so much.
That is so funny.
Uh,
That's poetic. We should make a
It was
movie
really
about
Yeah.
that.
Game of Thrones died because of hubris,
The real enemy.
and
It's
How I
nothing
Met
like
Your Mother
me.
died because of pride, because they were unwilling to let go of the ending that they'd written from the start.
Yeah.
There you go. Are we willing to let go of that one?
See,
Yeah.
it works in Ender's Game. That
Mhm.
like that story obviously started with the ending,
Mm.
because that's the whole point of the book. You're like, just wait till you get to the ending and screw you. Like it's the most like, so you can tell when a book is written backwards, and it has its purpose,
Totally.
Yeah.
right? So yeah, there's good examples and there's bad examples, but I think most of them, I think it's best to have that.
To have a healthy dose of improvisation in there.
Yeah. To let people grow, and then you're discovering them
Yeah.
and not just creating them.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, has been a huge part of our writing process. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Riley and I do improv, and we've done it with Alan for years. And,
Yes.
that
They're,
we'll use that all the time in our writing.
they're not the ones that kicked me out, guys.
No.
We don't have power.
They're the good
Come
guys.
on.
Some of my viewers know that there's some
That there's
salty
some drama there.
there's some salty improv history. No, these are
Drama.
the good people. They may or may not have been edged out of the same group.
Really? No.
Yes.
Yeah, but we think the improv skill of like using yes and establishing who, what, and where immediately in a scene, like all of
So
that
useful.
has really been so huge for our writing
It's true.
and has really made a big positive difference, I think.
It's true. We've even gotten to some points where we're like, don't know where to go with the scene dialogue wise. And so we'll be like, all right, you be this one, I'll be this one. Let's just see what happens. And it works.
Then
And we
we'll improv
get
it.
we get the right ideas in order to finish the scene.
That's a useful skill.
Yeah,
It is. I don't know how people write alone.
I don't either.
I don't know how all these losers write books.
All these
Completely
geniuses,
alone.
not losers, geniuses. I
Uh-huh.
rely on my co-writer.
Yeah, for real.
Just today, I was like, oh no, book 3. I'm totally lost. I know where this needs to end, but I don't know how to get there.
And then we sat down, figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Mhm.
Well, I know I'm gonna have more questions for you in like a year when I actually start writing. And
Yeah.
but I think it's awesome what you guys are doing. I think it's a huge accomplishment to be able to say I wrote a book and it's pretty good.
Thank you, Al.
No, especially like it's for your first book. It's phenomenal. It's not,
Thank you.
and
Thanks.
it's not just good for a first book. Like it's a good book.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Alan.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we got so lucky with just like Brandon Sanderson putting out his course
His
for
online
free
lectures.
on
Oh.
Oh
YouTube.
my goodness.
Dude,
I'm not
watched
even writing
those
a book
with-
yet, and I'm watching.
Yeah, exactly. Like
They're amazing.
that they were so useful
They
in
are
helping us
so useful.
understand and it was cool because like we were like, oh man, is this gonna be any good at all? Like, do we know? And what was fun is like we submitted it for a thing called a Kirkus star, like for a Kirkus review, which is a huge like
We didn't know what it meant at the time, really. We were just like, oh yeah, let's get a review from this acclaimed company. Yeah, sure.
yeah, and we didn't know anything about it. We just figured, hey, we need a blurb from like something that looks official, so we'll get it from here. And then we actually ended up getting a Kirkus star from then, which meant nothing to us. And we were like, what does this mean? And we called my mom and we were like, because she's a writer as well. And we're like, what does this mean? She's like, what?
She's like, you got a Kirkus star. I guess.
We found out like 2% of their indies ever get one. And so like we were like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess
Wait, the book is like officially good, not
The
just
book's
not just
decent,
to
like-
our moms.
yeah.
It's more than just our moms who like it.
It was really fun to have that like little
Strangers.
official recognition from it.
Yeah.
It was cool. And we know that it's because of stuff like the Sanderson lectures
Sanderson
that were out there.
lectures and J.
Mhm.
Scott Savage's lectures we went to once, and
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
His outlining style is one that we've drawn from very heavily. So
Yeah. It's made a huge difference in helping the book just be cohesive as like a full story,
Mhm.
so that you get the pacing right between your scenes and sequel and everything that comes between those, right? Like you're not, like you were saying, you liked the pacing.
Yeah.
You felt like none of the fight scenes really stopped character progression, right?
Yeah.
That's from J. Scott Savage's stuff that he was writing and teaching for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's like nothing's happened in my book for so long. I better throw in a fight scene so it's interesting, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But
And
yeah.
that wasn't the case.
Thank you. Thank you, Thor.
Oh, but yeah, no, it was a really fun one to write. I'm curious, Alan,
Yeah.
and if you don't remember, that's fine.
Okay.
Did you have a favorite moment? Think back through the 25 books.
His poor brain, Brad. Look what you did.
I've already talked about the mud bits. I thought that was a great
Sweet.
moment.
I love it.
Um I'm trying to think if anything else was better than that, but it's been a long time.
If we peaked at the mud pits, that's great.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
I think that was my favorite part. I'd have to.
Besides Hey Guys, right? Besides
Yeah,
Hey Guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on. I don't know. I think I'd have to reread.
Sure.
It's been too long.
That's totally cool. That's
No, it's
totally
great.
cool.
It's been half a year.
I know.
That's
Isn't that
so
crazy?
long. Oh man.
Dude, you got it right when it came out. That's
I
awesome.
did.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
One of our original supporters.
I got your audiobook the day it came out.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
I love
this
it.
the upcoming one.
I got the book like a week after because I was like, wait, what the crap? My friends wrote a book.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it's been fun figuring out how to actually like market it too. Has
Yeah.
been a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's
we're like, how do we get people to know about it now that we finished it?
how do you do that? Tell us.
Oh,
Tell us, Brad. You're the marketer guy.
well, honestly, so fortunately I worked at
Well,
like
so
a,
Mark Clark's got an idea before
Oh,
you
yeah.
answer. A big seller for the next book would be to have my face on the back instead of yours.
that is an
Ooh.
option. That is on the table for sure.
You got to take the one with my sombrero, though.
yeah. People are like they're like
With
pick
the
up
blurb.
cover.
A book.
I mean, it
In
is a
every
fancy
sense of the
Western.
word.
It's true. In every sense of
Oh
the
my
they look at the front cover and like turn it around and just right there.
oh my word.
That would be awesome.
That would make a lot of sense.
It's just
for
the most
sure.
incongruous juxtaposition.
It would, get
Yes.
people, it would get people curious and confused.
Look, there's
so,
dragons
I mean,
and Dracula on the front. Oh, I'm drinking. Yeah, I could be drinking Dracula. Yeah.
Yes.
yes.
That'd be awesome.
Tequila.
But yeah, so with the marketing of the book, it's been fascinating. It's been a little bit of a wild ride with it. We are going to try something new in the next like few weeks. But we set it up with just mostly through Facebook ads because that's what I have a background in from where I used to work. And then we made some Amazon ads through it. We found some like the right way to get promotions out. But I think we need to start moving more into more stuff like this, honestly, like actually talking to people about it, sending out more copies to like reviewers and people like that, and getting more done in the way of like sending out like even free promotions. What matters now is building out the reader list, I think.
Right. Getting people to buy the next book.
Exactly. Yeah.
Honestly, a YouTube channel is not a bad idea. I know that's how a lot of indie authors start.
Really?
Yeah, like obtaining an audience and then selling the book to your subscribers.
Oh, maybe we should do that.
It would be good.
You could
Yeah.
do like shorts introducing your characters, or you could do
Yeah.
longer videos just talking about publishing. And I'm sure there's tons of people who would like more information on how to self-publish a book.
That's true.
It is. It is.
How to self-publish your dragon.
Your
Book.
dragon. Yeah, Brett. It's
Yeah.
also weird because there's two of us, so that's different.
That's true.
I mean, yeah, I know a lot of YouTubers who started off as YouTubers and then wrote a book and had an instant
Following.
fan base. You know?
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, that'd make it a lot easier. We should try
True.
that.
I wish there was more time. It's so hard with two kids.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's the it is. It's a lot of
They
work.
take time, I guess. I don't know. They have needs. Like who?
Well,
who
we
knew?
could be worse parents.
Yeah, bro.
Are you committed to the story or not, Riley?
I'm committed to joy.
That's the right answer.
You did. Because you made me say. Woo. That's a good idea,
Oh.
though.
Sorry, I've been coughing this whole time. I'm still recovering from a cold that I had
No.
2 weeks ago.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
so
I
sorry.
completely lost my voice.
No.
Lost your voice, lost your friend.
I was supposed to be recording vocals for these last 2 weeks too,
Ooh.
and
Hmm.
didn't. I can't do that yet. I still don't have like my
Chest
lungs
voice back
back.
yet.
That's
Yeah.
the worst. That happened in the middle of recording book 2.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
totally lost my voice, got sick for like 2 weeks, and then we just like had to pause everything.
Yeah, it was
It
bad.
was the worst.
And then I picked it up right after
Of
her.
course.
And so it was a long time going. And then
Mhm.
Jax just sounded like super manly for some reason
Yeah,
for the
Jax
next
got,
little
like-
tiny bit.
Jack's got a
Hey,
little too much.
Spencer, get that audiobook. I had a lot of fun.
Yes. Get it.
Sweet. Yeah, no, if we want to send it across, we can get some of these ARC copies out to people.
Yeah, we
That'd be
can do
good.
with that.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably like link your book in the description or something.
Oh yeah, here I'll send you. There's the Amazon link for Dragon
Yeah,
Peak.
I can
itself.
put in a couple links. I'll edit it after.
Yeah. Awesome. And then yeah, we can control the ARC stuff a little more specifically.
Control.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else to say? I feel like
well,
this has been a
here's
good
one thing I
conversation.
wanted to do with you.
Yeah.
You have the cards for
Yeah.
the Magi types.
Yeah.
Do you know
Oh,
what Magi
okay.
type you are?
Okay, I got to do the Harry Potter
You gotta
sorting
do
tests
the-
now.
gotta do the
That's
sort.
right.
Gotta do the sort. I have the cards. What do you want to do, Brad?
We need to do Al. We
right,
need to
which
have Alan
one-
do the test.
Which
Depends on the website.
which Magi type is? I just killed a random guy in an alleyway because I knew his time had come.
Where's the? Here, let me
Hmm.
find the test.
That could be a few of them actually.
How about if the test is visual? You gotta go. You gotta follow the thing. You know?
That's true. Okay, so Alan,
Yeah.
if we are going through the test, we can explain it to you.
You can't explain it. You gotta look at it.
See, now I know you guys listen to Brandon Sanderson's podcast
Oh yeah.
because I'm recalling their specific conversation about how successful books need an archetype quiz.
Ooh.
Listen,
Hey,
that's just the funnest part. I'm obsessed with personality tests. I'm obsessed.
it's awesome. It's super fun.
'Cause-
Okay.
I don't think I can show it.
Yeah. So we can just read the words
This is
to
it.
him.
This is the
Okay.
this is the quiz on the website.
You can
This is
you can
the
you can share your
super
screen.
ghetto.
I don't know how to. This is my screen.
Send me the link.
Oh, okay.
Text me the link and I'll pull it up.
Okay, I will text it to you, and then Brad can figure out how to do stuff.
Yeah. I'll pull it up real fast. And then everyone in the comments can.
Can find out what Magi type they are.
Okay.
It's true. We're Sandersonian. We are.
Very. Okay. So here we go. And
Because they attribute that's why Harry Potter was successful is because people,
oh, interesting.
ordinary people
Mm.
like integrate themselves into the world.
Exactly.
and
That's
Dan-
so true.
Dan Wells was saying, yeah, that's probably why Skyward,
Mistborn.
no, is oh my goodness, totally having a brain fart. His big one, the
Who? Sanderson?
Sanderson, yeah,
Oh, Stormlight Archive.
Stormlight. It's
Stormlight
like
does
that-
have. The
that's
best
why
quiz.
Stormlight's so successful because you can sort yourself.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay. So check it out.
logic.
Logic for sure.
Logic.
All right.
Intellect, evidence, intuition.
Yeah.
Oh, not intellect.
I was gonna say,
Openly admit.
you know which one this is. How do you know that the guy?
I think I think I'd go intuition.
Intuition. That's the same type as me.
Yeah,
I'm a
Rifter.
Rifter too.
Awesome. So here, Riley
I
has.
have a card. I would give
a
it to you
card.
personally, but
We'll give it to you with your
I've
copy
been
of the book.
sorted.
this is the cute little card. You're a Rifter. So you're the teleporter, just like me.
And the main character girl in book 2.
Main character of book 2 is a Rifter also.
Mhm.
So that will be fun to learn about your powers a little bit more. Yep, they can they teleport using Etheria, right? The spirit plane. And so they can like make portals, and just like Asher's dad does, he can like make little portals for his vision and stuff so that he can see. So, I think it's one of the coolest ones.
Mhm.
Teleporting is a cool power.
Teleporting
It is
like,
awesome.
Super cool.
And we've done our best to make it
To make it
limited
so
right
fun. Yeah.
in our world so that it doesn't become insane. And it looked like, did someone comment?
Intellect, evidence,
Intellect
and
evidence.
Ravenclaw.
And Ravenclaw, nice. So intellect evidence, that means,
Scion.
yeah,
Like Jax.
Mark, you are a scion.
There you go. Scions are the telekinesis people, which is also awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, you can do it
It's a good
Jack
one.
style, you can do it Solrak style, or you can do it. Who's the other one?
Video.
Vidya style.
I think that's
Mhm.
probably an accurate depiction of like what my mutant power would be.
Yeah.
I really liked Jumper.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not a great movie, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
And-
Just because you're like, I want that power so bad. Hayden
Yeah.
Christensen, give it to me. Like,
That's awesome.
Being able to teleport, that'd be fun.
it'd
Yeah.
be sweet.
Yep. Take the quiz. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right. I will put all of those in the description
Yeah.
as soon as this is over.
Mhm. And you know what's fun? These are like loosely based on the Enneagram personality type quiz.
Very loose.
Oh.
But yes.
Mhm.
The Enneagram helped a lot in making character decisions in the early days.
Mhm.
Well, that's adorable.
Yeah.
You have
Pretty
you have
cute.
little cards.
We have little cards. We have all the
Um,
things. We have stickers. We have little cards. Oh, come see us at Dragonsteel if anyone is interested in that.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
We've
We'll
got-
have a booth.
We have a booth.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
those are expensive.
Yes.
I looked it
Oh,
up.
worth it. You gotta go to where the dragon nerds are.
Mhm.
I was considering. I was like, how much would a booth cost? Oh, I'm good.
You're like, maybe not then.
Hey, once you get your book, you will be like, gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, obviously.
Mhm.
I'm hoping to have my album done by then, and I was planning on just carrying a backpack with like an advertisement,
Nice.
Do it. Might as well.
giving out my mixtape to everybody.
People would like it.
That's actually my goal. Because I don't know if you saw my last Dragonsteel video. It was called I was on Brandon Sanderson's podcast
Oh, really?
because
Cool.
I made the Q&A for their live recording,
Dude, sweet.
Nice.
and I asked him about someone else's book.
Uh-huh.
As a joke, I asked him if he had any King Killer Chronicle theories.
Nice.
So that made a fun video. And so I was like, well, how do I do a follow-up to that? How do I do a sequel? I was like, okay, I'm going to try and get everyone to sign up for the Q&A. Like everyone I know who's going, they'll put their names in for the Q&A. And if they get called, I'll go up instead.
Uh-huh.
And I'll ask them if they want my mixtape.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny.
That's awesome.
Who knows? It might happen.
Hey.
Might
Mhm. Could be.
happen last time.
That's awesome, dude.
I had actually planned on I had planned on asking him that question as a joke years ago. I went to a signing, but I'm like the kind of guy I don't ever want to like impose on people.
Mm-hmm.
And right as it was like my turn to get my book signed, like there was some commotion and like people started talking, and he'd already signed the book, and I was like, I just don't want to make everyone else wait longer. And so I didn't ask it. I was like, so it had been like eating away at me for like 2 years. And then I got the opportunity at Dragonsteel. I was like, I got to do it. I got to ask you about someone else's book. Because it's funny.
That's awesome.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I also think it's like it's like a prank that's not a prank. Because like if I was on the receiving end of that, I would be laughing too.
Uh-huh.
Like it would honestly be kind of refreshing to like not have to just like incessantly talk about your own book.
For sure. For sure.
But it
Nothing
would
wrong
also
with
be
that.
funny.
That's
So
awesome.
that's the goal.
That's awesome, dude.
We'll be hanging out at Dragonsteel for sure.
Yeah, we will.
It'll be good.
Sweet.
Anything else to plug? It's been a great conversation.
This is the only thing we care about is the
Yeah.
book and then the second book.
Yeah. And then the third book.
Then the third book. Then the
Oh.
fourth and the novellas.
I forgot. I did have one more question.
Oh.
Where do you get your ideas?
Oh, yeah?
That's a joke.
I was going to say, are you
We
sure?
went on a trip to Moab and we're like, why aren't there any dragons here? There you go.
Where do you
I just know everyone hates that question, so I got to do
Moab.
it.
Moab, Utah. That's where we get them.
The key to answering that question is to just not answer that question but
But
answer a
answer-
better question than
Yes.
you should have asked.
That's funny.
Mhm.
Or to say like, or just pick like a specific detail and say, oh, the inspiration for this was that.
Yeah. No, in reality though, part of it was we saw so many books that were just like generic England for fantasy settings for
Yeah.
some reason. So we were like,
It's
okay,
What if
saturated.
it wasn't a forest? What if it was a desert? And what if it was American-looking deserts? There you go.
yeah,
That was it.
Right, what you know, it's Utah. So
That's true.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's
That's
true. We
right.
gotta go to Yellowstone though, because that's where Dragon Thief takes place. Is Yellowstone.
Mhm.
Book
Ish.
2 is the Grand Canyon. Unapologetically.
Yes. Almost embarrassing.
Whoa. Whoa.
Mhm.
That's great. Well, I'm super excited for book 2. I will review it as soon as I
Excited
can.
to hear your thoughts.
Let you guys
Awesome.
know.
And we will make sure that we do an interview with you on it way
When you
sooner.
Right
Remember-
after I'm done. So I'll
Right
Yeah.
the second you just call us and we'll be like, okay, we're here.
Well, also like reading book 2, I'll remember all the stuff from book 1 I forgot too.
There you go.
Awesome.
But I read some heavy series too. Like I finished all of Lightbringer. I read all of the Dune books.
I'm surprised you have any
And,
brain power left
um,
after Dune.
Okay, do you listen
No,
on
I'm
like,
just saying, like it wasn't exactly like light reading in between.
are you listening on like
now-
3x the speed? Like
Yeah,
actually
yes, Brad.
I
I do the
listen.
same.
I-
totally
my-
do the same.
My average is 1.6.
Nice.
Nice.
It depends on the narrator. I'll go up to a 1.75. Sometimes I have to take it down to 1.5.
Oh
There you go. If I really like the book, I'll slow it down because I want it to last. But if I don't really like it, I will speed it up as much as I can
man.
stand.
So
I
Michael
just,
Kramer and Kate Redding with
they sound younger. They sound like themselves from the Wheel of Time. If you speed them up now,
Yeah. I listen to them on at least 2x the speed, 2.25 a lot of the time.
That's funny
Because
because you know their voices.
I know
well
their
enough.
voices well enough now that it's like I can fly.
some there's a couple that are actually really fast, and I can like barely speed them up. Some of the Discworld books,
Oh.
especially because it's British too, so it's like oh no, I
Oh.
can't let that.
There you
I gotta
go.
slow that down.
We'll see how it goes with book 2 because I am the primary narrator and my main note in all acting is slow down, and I tried, so we'll see.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if you read faster, then you can read more books.
Uh-huh. You can hear more story.
He's like quality over quantity, gentlemen.
You
That's
can
fair.
hear more stories, and then you can forget about the ones that you read.
And then
Yes.
you read them again and you get even more stories.
For real. Yeah, you notice new things. It's fun.
Yeah.
That's
No,
fair. I read
my wife-
Skyward like 5 times.
My wife is the worst. She's a speed reader, and she reads so fast just because she wants to figure out what happens. She wants to find
Uh-huh.
out what happens at the end of the book. So she reads so fast she doesn't remember any of the details. And I'm a slow reader, so so even when we're like reading the same book, I'll be like, "Hey, did you notice this? This is what I think is going to happen." She's like, she just looks like I don't even. She doesn't remember any of it. Like you just read this.
That is so funny.
That's awesome.
Hey, she gets to enjoy it all over again.
It's
Yeah.
true.
She really does. She does read books more than once because she can't remember them.
I read the good ones more than once. I've read Percy Jackson and Skyward and Steelheart a million times.
Hmm.
Lunar Chronicles, I love those.
Yeah.
What was the last one in here?
Lunar Chronicles.
Oh, I haven't heard of those.
Cinder with the robot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of them. I didn't know that's what the trilogy was called.
How have you not read those? I feel like that would be
Cinder?
exactly what you would
Bradley,
read.
I made you read them.
No, they
the-
actually are
that's
really
the
good.
Cinderella like reskin, right?
Sci-fi
Yeah.
Cinderella. It's
Oh, it's
she's
sci-fi.
a
Actually-
cyborg, but she's Cinderella. It's the best.
That
Actually,
actually does sound kind of fun.
You
They're
actually would
awesome.
like
They're
it.
Good.
Yeah.
Brad loved them.
I did. They were actually really good. I did say it as a joke for Alan because look at this bearded man and
I
being
know.
like,
And
"Where's the
Jack-
nearest
Jax
Cinderella
is your
book?"
favorite character. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, I can read girly stuff too. I'm
It's
got
only
a challenge
medium
now.
girly. It's only medium.
girly.
Nice.
I'm trying to branch out. I've been trying to branch out culturally right now, though. So I just read a wonderful Middle Eastern fantasy. It's so good. I need book 3 just came out. I need to read it. It's
What-
Gunmetal
which book?
Gods.
Gunmetal Gods.
Yes, by Zamil Zakhtar.
That sounds
No,
awesome.
I know I'm saying it wrong. It is fantastic. It's like eldritch horror, Middle Eastern fantasy.
Ooh,
Wonderful.
dude. We'll have to look into it.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm doing that, and then I'm planning on reading Rage of Dragons soon, which is a African fantasy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Evan Winter stuff, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Yeah.
Right now I'm reading Jade City. That's a woman,
Whoa.
and that's Asian stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's
It's
awesome,
like-
dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far. It's like Dune. It's like Dune, but they're Asian, and it's like gangsters.
See,
I want that
should
to be
write
their
blurbs.
blurb, yeah.
You should write blurbs.
They have like Tommy guns and cars,
Oh, nice.
but it's Asian, and it's Dune. It's literally just a bunch of houses at war with each other. It's
Nice.
literally Dune.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Nice, Brad.
That's awesome.
So that's a double whammy because I'm reading a book by a woman and Asian.
Hey, you can feel really good about the next arc that we've just sent your way because you'll be listening
It's
to
about a
one
girl,
by
right?
woman and a Canadian,
Oh yes.
which
Canadian.
that's got to count for at least something, right?
Minorities.
Like,
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
there
a
you go.
tiny bit.
No, I should read more female authors. I just
Only if they're
just
good.
haven't. It's not. Yeah, exactly. No, I really like.
You'd like
Oh,
Realm of
shoot,
the
what's her name?
Elderlings, Robin Hobb.
I have Robin Hobb, and I haven't started her yet. She's on
I
my.
bet you'd really
She's
like
pretty
her.
high up on the list. I'm planning on starting the first one. The can't remember what it's called, but I really like Kingmaker Kingbreaker is the series. It's the Innocent Mage and the Awakened Mage. So it's just 2 books.
Ooh.
What is her name?
Phyllis.
It's never gonna be right, Brad.
She's got a whole series of books in the same universe that I haven't read either.
Nice.
They were Karen Miller.
Karen
That's
Miller.
a woman's name for
Those were
sure.
great. Those were great books. The audiobooks are narrated by Kirby Hayborn.
What?
Yeah, and
Awesome.
I talked with him about his experience recording the audiobook. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet, dude.
So yeah, I read girly books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand Hunger Games, so my wife likes those.
What?
There's a lot of there's some girly ones I can't get into. Like I really didn't like Hunger Games, and
You didn't like Hunger Games?
it was
What?
Hunger Games was good.
Hunger Games was awesome. That's not girly.
it
What?
was a little
Dude,
it was a little girly.
there's another series by the same author. What's her name again?
Suzanne Collins.
Suzanne Collins. It's called Gregor the Overlander. That one is amazing.
I'll look it up.
It's so good. It's definitely more like a kid's book, and I read it when I was a kid, so like maybe nostalgia has clouded my judgment.
That's a whole
But
series.
I think it was kind of awesome. Like I loved that book, and when she came out with something else, I was like, I've got to read it. And so that's what got me into Hunger Games. I thought it was actually really
I
good.
love Hunger Games. Love it. It's a great story.
Well, Mark Clark reads 150 books a year and rarely does audiobooks.
Wow.
Whoa,
Whoa.
Mark, speed reader.
He's reading the Little Bob books for kids. That's what he's talking about.
The Magic Treehouse.
Matt sat.
He's like, book one
I'm just
done.
kidding. I'm impressed. I am impressed.
No, that is awesome. That's like more books than I've read since college. Really, college kills
Wait,
your ability.
but does
to
it
read.
count that I've read Dragon Thief and Dragon Guard like 500 times each?
Yeah, okay, that does kind of count, right?
Maybe that counts. Maybe.
Sure.
It's got to be
Something.
maybe like half.
Sure, I got half credit. I'll take half
Yeah,
credit.
yeah,
on
take
that.
half. If you're reading it, yeah, you probably doesn't count every time, but it definitely counts for a little bit.
Sure. The first couple.
Mhm.
Maybe the audiobook pass.
Yeah.
Snow White is in the prequel. Oh yeah, the Hunger Games prequel that everyone's just super excited for. Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to read that. I haven't read that.
No, I haven't. We should. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys are awesome and adorable, and you wrote a book, and that's really an amazing accomplishment.
Thank you. That
Thank you,
about sums it up.
You wrote that.
You can put that on the back of the book.
we did. We wrote it. We wrote it.
Hey,
And
anything
we're
else?
adorable.
Anything else to plug before we end the stream?
No, just
I feel fulfilled.
check out Dragon Thief. We're
Yeah.
slightly biased, but we think it's good.
Yes.
It's like a super fun book. We wrote it to be just fun. It's not as much of like epic.
It's epic.
It's definitely epic, but it's not like epic prose fantasy.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
yeah.
a fun fantasy book, and I feel like there just aren't enough of those. So we,
Fun,
Made our own.
uplifting, good time.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
I liked it a lot, and we're gonna hang out soon. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, the links will all be in the description. Not yet, because I have to end the stream before I can edit it.
Makes sense.
But yeah, send all of those to all the ones you want in an email, and I'll put them in the description.
You got it.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to end the stream, but don't leave because we still need to talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye,
You got
bye, everybody.
Bye.
Oh, there,
And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.